second highest points total after this many games of a WSL campaign. And they do have the opportunity to move level on points with Manchester United in third and go. Richie Watkins taking charge of his first WSL game this season. He's been refereeing in the men's national male forwards. Should have been easy for Greenwood to deal with that. That's not the greatest of passes, and Gildal, they sat off a bit there. On from Hasegawa, 2 against them 3 years ago in the 4 in all competitions this season. Kelly, who sends it back. Wahhabi's cross. Shaw was waiting, doesn't quite come to her. It will be taking that one short. Now it's whipped in by Kelly. What a ball that was! Very well defended in just the right place, because the ball was certainly into an excellent spot. Would have been tricky for Becky Spencer. This time it's a more conventional delivery. Here's Shaw. Oh, she tried to lay it off for Hasegawa, and suddenly Spurs might be away. They've only lost 1 of their 7 WSL games. 12 points from a possible 21, and changing that playing style to the more possession-based game. Neville. Nice early ball forwards by James, but Hasegawa to no one in particular. Fizzed into Kelly. Back to Alexandri. On by Hasegawa. In the WSL as Manchester City coach. He's there. City to date. Here's Bizet. Angle was a bit tough for the shot, goes for the cross instead. Thomas is in there, and Thomas is offside. WSL this season with 6 goals has had, and she was just off. Shaw putting the pressure on, and in the end Spencer Spurs goal. And there is a bit of a concern about the lack of cutting edge that City have. Here's Lauren Hemp showing plenty of that. Good ball, and with the header, and I think she realised it. Great direct play this by Lauren Hemp, and it's a beautiful delivery as well. Hung up per Gildal. Got on the end of it, but didn't get the right angle on possession in the final third, and had the fewest high turnovers. Both of those have been higher under him this season, and they've turned the ball over nicely there. It wasn't a great kick awarded against her. Hasegawa out for a shy at goal. Maybe that is the conversation that's being had. Made off for a ball in instead. Shaw trying to get him round the back. Wasn't the most convincing defending, but it's done the job for now. On the opening weekend for them so far. Holding their own early on here, and now first foray into the City penalty area, and Bizet's busy penalty area to contend with, and someone in light blue got the decisive touch on it, because it was a tricky one for Kiara Keating to be. Victory over Manchester United hasn't really subsided, taking 3 points in the first WSL derby to be played at Old Trafford. Kelly, Hasegawa, Roard. Wahhabi's ball in, Shaw! Powers up in her last game against Spurs when City were 3-1 winners in March. She has opened the scoring against them this evening. Spurs looking for the quick response. Khadija Shaw made sure that that was only going to end up in the back of the Spurs. Shaw. Clinton for Bizet. Clinton's in there again. Wants it on this near side. Linyan. Now Neville. There's a bit of a lunge there, and Spurs will break at pace. They've got 4 on 4. Bizet. Oh, good hit of the game just before the half-hour mark for Spurs. And Celine Bizet only seemed to pass. Jill Roord. Now Hemp scored from this kind of position against Manchester United. Looking for the angle to have a strike. It's back for Roord. And Roord's hit kind of much of Asmita Ale. Most of Spurs attacks more centrally, with Bizet being a big carrier. Waits on the edge. Hasegawa. Slotted that nicely into the path of Roord, who was trying to get the shot away. Greenwood recovers. Hasegawa with a neat turn. And picking out Angeldal. Lauren Hemp. No flag against Roord. Good ball, Shaw! With another headed finish. Well, one of the problems, Shaw might fancy that she's on for another hat-trick against Tottenham Hotspur. Far too much space. Roared out wide, and she made the most 5 games against them. Chelsea earlier today. She hasn't really had much to feed on so far. Can Spurs change that here? Clinton poked it towards Thomas. Worked wide, and now Ailes' cross. Oh, and a spill! And a left. Hemp. Away from Ale far too easily. Lauren Hemp, Shaw. Recycled by Greenwood. The reason is that they do have composure in possession. They like to play expansive, high and wide. They've really been able to get that part of their game going. Here's Hemp. Just 9 minutes between the very, very similar goals from Khadija Shaw. Shaw won't get to that one. And again, it was a bit of a troubling ball in for Tottenham to deal with. Alexandri, Shaw is the target. Took it nicely, hit it well! Shaw! This is 3 in the first half against Spurs today. And after a couple of very smart headers, this was the control and the idea. Need to look up. She knows where the goal is. It's Gareth Taylor's side who have shown their class. Took the helm. They have a very healthy scoreline in their favour, and they have had the lion's share of possession as well. There's here. She just checked back there, Linyan. It's a good dart though. Good ball as well. And this was one that was obviously straight off the training pitch. And flying. Alexandri. Spurs have got a player down here. Greenwood. Nice turn by Hasegawa. Lifted over the top, and Hasegawa tidies things up. Linyan. On by Hemp. Well, Manchester City firmly in charge of this one, courtesy of a first-half treble from Khadija Shaw. Manchester City very well set to continue that. And couldn't quite make it stick. Get more support, get more willing runners. They're all very much congested in their own half and haven't quite got the explosion of pace going. Ale. And was hearing that she is on loan from Manchester United, hoping to get one. And still, good run. And she tried to pick out Angledal. It's come for him. A stunner against Manchester United last weekend, and a beauty to Shaw here was trying to pick out Angledal initially. It then came to Jill Roord. Her effort was blocked. Hemp on the follow-up. Inch perfect. That's not a bad try, and it... Arthur Thomas letting fly. WSL joint top scorer at kickoff, Alexandri. Robert Villaham sitting that close this evening. Although that's a good ball, and Thomas is through here. It's Martha Thomas. It's a good stop. Goal this season will be ruining, not slotting this one away. She just took herself slightly wide. She was running centrally, but that touch there meant that the Bizet sends it back. Here's Neville. Oh dear! Molly Bartrip, who has been so reliable for Spurs. Jill Roord. Hasegawa. Shaw. Here's Hemp. No sign of City letting up. Oh, that's a great ball, and it's Jill Roord from virtually on the goal line. Oh, but again, Tottenham Hotspur undone on this left-hand side. Hemp with the dart to the byline. It got a deflection on it, but it looped over her. Still been enough to admire about the way that Spurs have come to the match and have tried to take the game to City. And Chloe Kelly trying to... Manchester City are in this kind of mood. They are a bit of a juggernaut. Here's Shaw, who still wants more herself. Ale aiming for Bizet, but far too telegraphed. Pumping. Keating, who recently broke into the senior England squad on 3 clean sheets so far. What was interesting is that passing accuracy was amongst the worst of all the keepers in the league. Here goes Hemp. Good ball! And it's another to join the party. Riot. Ended up in a penalty defeat. She has added gloss to a very big victory today. Well, the last WSL goal that she scored was Spurs trying to get themselves on the board. It was inventive by PZ, and then pull in from Thomas. Have Spurs, so if anything they'll want to try and at least continue that run, and they were very close to getting themselves a goal there. The parry. This is the kind of chance Thomas has been waiting all evening for. Got up well enough. PZ in a bit of a wrestle there. As a result of this Manchester City victory, and Spurs will remain. Alexandri. You have to remember that goal difference can be vital in such a Spencer. She fancies getting herself on the score sheet. Kelly's corner. Coombs. Quite what Spencer had in mind. And there's the block from Coombs. And Kelly's offside. Good vision from BZ. Good pass as well. This is Zadorsky. Zadorsky's cross. Greenwood. Here is Yui Hasegawa. Castellanos. That wasn't the best of passes, mind. Here is Hasegawa. Allowed to advance, urged to hit it. Goes to Shaw instead. She couldn't quite get the shot away in time. But to round off their fixtures in 2023, Spurs. That looked offside to me, and indeed it's broken for Neville. That's come for Shaw. Khadija Shaw was unselfish, and Zadorsky again. BZ. BZ's continued her run, she'll get there as well. Oh, that's a good ball, and surely no. Good touch by Shaw, who's coming away again. Kelly in support, and Shaw is a card in the post for Molly Bartrip, who just decided she will not pass. Interested. Greenwood has a go. Oh! This would have topped the lot. So far out, close. Technique with the curl and the dip, and she is unfortunate after an ACL injury. Kelly one way. Good ball towards Shaw and Naz. Here is Hasegawa. Here is Castellanos. Alex Greenwood. Hasegawa. Bit loose that by Hasegawa. Park. Hasegawa. Well, big victories for the big guns across the course of this WSL Sun. Well aware that their conversion rate had been lacking the ruthlessness that title contenders need. Park. And still, Hemp with a little touch, and that was the chance. Nice attempted give and go. And Park. Hasegawa. Manchester City had those issues converting opportunities. Only 28% of their big chances had gone in this season, the lowest ratio of any tonight. And after only 13 goals before today, 6 in one game, that is much more like it from Gareth. Fowler. Stokes. Here's Neville. Hasegawa gets it. And there's still time for more punishment, perhaps. Parker's got away, and now has got it into the area, and there is the Holmes has another, and it's 7th heaven for Manchester City. Super work out wide. The assistant referee was flagging, I think, for a foul. The referee played the advantage, and boy, did Coop. And they might have another here. After a statement win at Manchester United, full of goals herself, and Spurs was simply